heard of the social media platform Instagram? Most of us are probably on it. I mean, heck, with over 1 billion monthly users, Instagram's the place to be. But what is this new term that is floating about? This term is Insta-tourism. In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about this new concept of Insta-tourism. What is it? How does it work? Why does it matter? If you are new here, my name is drhayleystainton, and I'm here to teach you more about travel and tourism and how we can make the travel and tourism industry more sustainable. Okay, so let's get to the crunch of it. What is Insta-tourism? Insta-tourism, also referred to as Instagram tourism, is a new form of tourism that has emerged in response to the use of the social media platform Instagram. A simple definition could be that Insta-tourism involves the use of social media platform Instagram, which enables organisations and individuals to promote or research travel opportunities. Insta-tourism is commonly associated with social media influencers and does not necessarily depict a true picture. There are over 1 billion people that use Instagram every month, sharing images from all over the world with their followers. Whilst some Instagram users are sharing their content predominantly with their friends and their family, others are paid influencers with thousands of loyal followers. Users are often inspired by photographs that they are exposed to through the social network, which has seen a rise in tourism to places that have been featured in said images, particularly those that are shared by large-scale influencers. Okay, so we get it. Instagram's big business. People like to use Instagram. But how is this affecting how we travel? Well, travel and tourism is inextricably linked to our visual senses. Exotic and romanticised images have helped to sell holidays since the days of the Grand Tour and the rise of Thomas Cook. So it's no surprise, really, that Instagram has become a prominent player in the tourism industry. In a survey conducted by a UK-based holiday rental home insurance company named Schofields Insurance, it was found that 40% of millennials said that the Instagrammability of a destination was the most important motivating factor when choosing where to go on holiday, ranking higher than personal development or sightseeing. Almost all travellers in the millennial age range, which is those born between 1981 and 1996, record their travels on their social media. Definitely guilty of that. Furthermore, research by MediaPost found that 48% of Instagram users rely on the images and videos that they see on their social media platform to inform their travel decision making, and 35% of users use the platform to discover new places. Insta-tourism has developed in parallel to the growth of the social media platform. Destinations that were once only seen by the most hardcore and motivated travellers are now seen by the world through the Instagram lens. People flock to places that they had never heard of before because they have seen beautiful pictures of it on Instagram. People are now flocking to these Instagrammable destinations in large numbers, which is resulting in significant growth in some tourist areas. I will never forget the time that I went to Santorini with my husband, and I decided to wear a white dress that day. And when we got there, my husband said to me, "Why didn't you give me the memo? Everybody's wearing white except me." And this wasn't actually a conscious decision that I had made, but I'm guessing on some level in my subconscious, I had realised that a lot of the pictures I've seen on Instagram of Santorini, people are wearing white outfits. Anyway, I digress. So the power of Insta-tourism has been demonstrated around the world. Let me give you a couple of examples. The Icelandic Tourist Board has expressed the significance of Instagram in the recent growth in tourist numbers visiting the country, explaining that photos of the natural elements on offer in the country had attracted visitors. The Tourist Board in New Zealand jumped on the Instagram bandwagon in 2015 when they hired a number of influencers to promote tourism in Wanaka, which resulted in a 14% increase in tourist numbers. Instagram acts as a powerful marketing tool for all areas of the travel and tourism industry. It's not just destinations that are promoted on Instagram, it's also hotels, attractions, businesses. And posting photos isn't the end of the story either. Instagram's hashtag, mention, and geo-tagging facilities allow people to easily search and browse images and find out where they are located. So, some important people, very important people, in the Insta-tourism industry are influencers. It is clear that Instagram plays a key role in the promotion of destinations. Destination management organisations, tourist boards, and tourism organisations commonly recruit influencers to promote their products and services. And as I'm sure you know, there are a lot of people who actually make a living doing this. Influencers are frequently offered all expenses paid trips and large sums of money in return for a promotion on their social media channel. This can usually be determined through the use of hashtag ad, hashtag gifted, hashtag sponsored, or other similar remarks. And I have actually done a little bit of this kind of work myself too. I've been approached for promotion on all of my social media channels. And in addition to this, I have actually conducted my own research into influencers and what does it mean and what are they, and I will do another video on this soon. One important thing to note is that there has been some debate over how reliable said influencers and their photographs may be. Photos taken at 6 AM before the crowds arrived, that have been amended using photo editing software, or that have been ingenuinely referenced in the caption, have been the source of a lot of controversy in the media. In addition to this, we can also question the authenticity of what people are saying. If somebody's being paid to promote a product or service, are they giving you their true and honest opinion on it or not? Insta tourism can do some great things. Insta tourism has been beneficial in that it has attracted visitors to parts of the world that people did not previously travel to very much. It's resulted in new resorts opening up, new tourism businesses being set up, and tourism-based operations have become more profitable as tourist numbers to certain areas have increased. By default, Insta tourism has a positive economic impact on the local area, creating jobs and collecting taxes which can be reinvested into the local economy and used in other areas such as education or healthcare. It can also have positive environmental impacts. Travel pictures will typically show elements of nature. Think beautiful beach, lush rainforest, crisp white snow. And in order for tourists to see this nature, it must be protected. As a result, Insta tourism can help to promote environmental protection and preservation. However, this isn't the stuff that you will typically see in the media. What we typically see is the negative aspects that are associated with Insta tourism. Whilst increases in tourism numbers can do wonders for a local economy, it can also have devastating consequences for the natural environment and the host community. Complaints of over-tourism come hand in hand with Insta tourism. Areas that were once untouched suddenly begin to struggle with capacity issues. Erosion, littering, resentment from the local population, increases in crime, raises in real estate, the list goes on. Unfortunately, the tourism industry does have a lot of negative impacts if it's not managed properly. The problem in many cases is that Insta tourism has grown so quickly that it's been difficult for the different levels of tourism planning to adjust in a timely fashion. This makes it difficult to achieve the ideals of sustainable tourism. What's more is that there have even been deaths recorded as a result of Insta tourism. According to an article in the Washington Post, there have been over 250 selfie-related deaths recorded worldwide. Whilst these may not all be Insta tourists per se, there is no doubt that there are thousands of travellers each year who pose for photographs in dangerous locations, many of whom have been spurred on to do so because of similar images that they have seen on Instagram. Geotagging has been seen as one of the biggest culprits of the negative impacts of Insta tourism. Geotagging allows people to show exactly where in the world their photograph was taken, enabling the people who view the Instagram post to visit that exact same location. This means that small, remote and hard to reach areas are being sought out by many tourists seeking the same photographs. They're visiting a location because of its Instagrammability, and if it were not for the social media platform, they would probably never have visited this location at all. Many photographs might seem like the person in it is the only tourist around, but what you often don't see is the queue of tourists behind the photographer, waiting to take that exact same Instagram perfect shot. And all of this is in response to taking some photos. It's crazy! And there's another new term that I'd like to tell you about. It's called the Instagram effect. The Instagram effect is the psychological impact that the things we see on Instagram have on our brain. This isn't necessarily related to travel. We might want to buy a new dress because we saw a photo of someone wearing it on Instagram. We might want to buy our children a new toy because we saw a celebrity's kid playing with it on their social media channel. We might want to climb a mountain because our favourite influencer climbed that mountain. When most people reference the Instagram effect, however, what they are really referring to is the negative impacts of Insta tourism, which is most notably over-tourism. One of the most interesting examples that I have of Insta-tourism, personally, is a temple that I visited in Bali. We went to Bali in 2020, early in 2020 before the pandemic hit, and we visited this temple that I had actually visited 10 years before, but I hadn't put two and two together because I'd seen this stunning photo all over Instagram and I hadn't realised it was the same place. Believe it or not, this temple has no water. There are a whole team of people, it's a pretty professional setup, who take your photo and they hold a mirror underneath the camera to make it look like there's water there and create this spectacular image. Behind these people are 3, 4, 5, 6 hours worth of queues of people who are all waiting to get the same photograph. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Anyway, I could tell you stories all day long, but I won't bore you. If you have found this video interesting, do me a favour and hit that like button and watch this one.